Alright, now moving to the greenhouse, we have my grafting stock. I forget what kind of cactus it is, but you'll see it in all my videos. I'll keep it growing just because I don't have the heart to kill any cactus. Anyhow, this is some Bridgesii from the seedlings I took 4 years ago. So I sprouted them 4 years ago. I had grafted a lot of the seedlings, and this is one of them. And it's one of my favorite Bridgesii. It's just a nice fat one, relatively blue, real good shape, nice yellow spines. And this one is an average Jim's bridge. I got this from Jim's online years ago. I made a few cuttings of it, so that's a couple of other places in the garden. Like right there, that's one. And this is one. And I think I have one other one somewhere. Anyway, this one's a really nice one. This one's a Matakana. It's a regular Pachanoi, but it really has a Peruvianus look to it. Very blue, very pretty cactus. So most of these are no name, but I just name them random stuff just to keep an eye on them. Mostly just to name their traits and to keep track of their traits. So this is a Bridgesii. It's super blue, relatively slender, super short spines for Bridgesii. The spines are really thin for Bridgesii. It's super blue for Bridgesii. And it's just a really neat cactus. I think I got about 10 of them out of 200 that I'm really interested in. So we planted 250 seeds. We got about 200 cactus out of that. And yeah, some of them are really good. This one here, yeah, this one's grown the fastest out of all the seedlings that I planted 4 years ago. So this looks like your average Bridgesii, and it looks like a regular Bridgesii, but it grows amazingly fast. Compared to all the others, it grows about 1/3 faster. So it's just really cool because of how fast it grows. And this is my crazy eights. I just call it crazy eights because it only gets 8 ribs. I've cut it 4 times, and every single pup, every single cactus just gets 8 ribs again. So I don't know if that's common. I don't have very many cactus friends, but this is an 8-rib Pachanoi. It gets 8 ribs every single time I cut it. Let me know if that's a common thing in the comments. Anybody who knows. And then we have this one here. This is a Matukana, Peruvian Matukana. Yeah, I got this one from Team Watchama back in the day. He was selling some seedlings, and I picked up quite a few from him. I picked up several from him, and they all turned out to be really good. So most of my Pachanoi are all from Team Watchama. So none of them are named. They're just Cienegüea Valley. That's what this one is as well. And it grows really beautifully. Real nice, shiny green. Really like it. Just the way it looks is great. This is another one of my Bridgesii seedlings. It just looks really nice. I like all of them pretty much that came out, but some of them have a little bit better traits. And let's see here. This is another Crazy 8. It grows super fast. Super fast. And it is a Pachanoi Valley. Super long, super tall. That one was on the shelf all winter, and it just came right out of it. It went into like a dormancy state, and it didn't stretch or do any stupid stuff while it was sitting on the shelf. This is a Bridgesii that gets relatively short spines as well, so I'm assuming that it is related to some other Bridgesii that I have with short spines. So I've been trying to find short spine Bridgesii that actually have the V and are actually bluer. So I'm looking for short spine blue Bridgesii with a V. I really found this one matches all of that. So it's blue, has the V, and it has short spines. Because I have a hard time working around super long spines like that. I have to wear safety glasses in the greenhouse to keep myself from getting pronged in the eye. Here we go. This one's a Bridgesii seedling. I really like this one. It's relatively short spines, but super thick, super pronounced spines. I really enjoy the color of it, and just the overall way that it looks. So yeah, if anybody, thinks it takes a long time to grow some seedlings, I would tell you to just go ahead and plant some, because in 4 years you'll have too much cactus. Way too many plants. This is another Matukana. There's a little Bridgesii in there. I just put a tip of a Bridgesii and it happened to grow. So this is Matukana, Peruvian cactus here from Team Wachama. I picked these up from him about 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago, something like that. This is one of the nicest cactus I have. Very stout, very strong, very blue. Really blue and pretty. I really like this cactus a grip. It's relatively thick. Anything that's that thick, it's just a big, nice cactus. And these are my Jack Sparrow. It is a Pachanoi Valley. And if you watched my last video that I made, I explained how the mother plant, which was just a tiny little seedling, it had gotten attacked by a sparrow, an ornery sparrow that lives in our yard, and he mangled the tip of it really good. So whenever I grafted it, I got several off of the bottom and several off of the top piece that I grafted. So I got about 9 of those right now. And if the sparrow wouldn't have ever attacked it, I would only have 1. So this one is interesting because it reverted. It had 6 ribs, and then it dropped 2. Now it has 4. And the way it dropped them looked a little bit interesting and strange. And this thing got super square, really blue. Just a really fun cactus to look at. This came out of a batch of seedlings. So this is one of the favorite ones that I got from my seedlings that I planted 4 years ago. It's a really neat cactus in many ways. And this is a funny Bridgesii showing strange traits, and just show how it's been developing. it does weird stuff. It actually dropped all of its ribs except for one. It had one rib just kind of folded over in some strange way. So I don't know what to think. Is it a monstrosity, or is it just gonna revert back to normal growing? It's hard to tell. It's got some weird stuff going on there. But it's a neat little cactus. It has some browner spines instead of yellow. And grows differently, so I'm keeping an eye on it. Some Coercii. Lophophora Coercii. It's a pretty robust cactus. Grows super fast, makes a lot of flowers. And that is a Lophophora as well. And it's just a big pretty cactus. And I have it grafted to a Matakana slice. So that's Matakana. And that's PC. And that's Lophophora. And so it comes down to my main stock. And my PC comes up to my Matakana. And this is a fat blue strange Matakana that just does strange stuff. It's a really interesting cactus. I like it. It reminds me of shark's blue. It's pretty fat. I mean, if you look, it's a pretty fat cactus. Really fun to look at. Beautiful, beautiful spines. Beautiful color. I don't know if it's going to start growing strange again, or if it's going to stay growing regular. I'll be pretty happy either way, because this is just a pretty cactus. Anyway, I have Lophophora corner. Some Freechii. Yeah, we got a Gymnoclisium. It's not a Lophophora, but I have it in Lophophora corner because it really likes the same kind of climate. This is a little Lophophora mother plant that I got from the Ukraine. For some reason I couldn't buy very much Lophophora in the States, so I had to buy Lophophora online and get it shipped all the way from the Ukraine. This is another Lophophora caspiatosa. These ones haven't flowered for me yet, which is strange because all of the cactus I have flowers really profusely, except for this one. And of course my younger ones, those are seedlings. Those are 3 years old. And they're supposed to be Huizashii, whatever that is, or Huizashi. These are some double headers. I ordered these also from the Ukraine. And they sent me some really pretty cactus. And we got PC with the Lophophora on top. Little tiny Lophophora already making flowers. I'm not sure what this dark pigment is, but yeah, it seems to be like the opposite of variegation. So it's not variegated, it's actually the opposite, as darker green. And the mother plant that I cut it from also has it, so it's not variegated, it's the opposite of variegated. It gets darker green instead of yellow. There's definitely some sort of pigment, some kind of pigment difference that usually doesn't happen. Like I said, these are tiny little things. It's only like an inch wide and it already has these flowers all over it. So that's what grafting does, makes them grow super fast. And this one seems like it's kind of struggling here, but it's still alive. Very small, but I'll probably cut this top piece off and it'll probably grow a little better. I need to repot them too. They've been in that same soil for almost 3 years now, but without the grafts on them. So anyway, we got these ones that came from a mother plant. Came from this mother plant here. The mother plant is grafted onto a random cactus. And I took some of the pups and put them over here. The mother plants just keep producing. So they're growing pretty fast. And here's some more Quercii caspitosa. This is Quercii caspitosa. It gets huge heads of cactus. And it's just absolutely amazing to watch how fast it grows. And these are some more Lophophora. You can see some berries in there. The ants are always in here eating my berries. So they like the berries a lot. I don't know what they do with the seeds, but they're living over here in this pot. You can see my ant farm over here. So these ants will kind of cause a little bit of issues here and there when they eat my berries, but yeah, that's okay. These are some Lophophora berries getting eaten by ants right now as we speak. I'm gonna come shoo them off in a while when I get done. So anyway, we got this grande Lophophora. I think we got that one from the Ukraine as well. Some Ukrainian Lophophora. Big giant Ukrainian Lophophora. Some kind of hybrids. I'm pretty sure that they're supposed to be Kiko, but I don't think I grow them with enough water. And this one was a double header. I cut one of these double headers off, and this one is one of them, grafted to PC. And then this is a Cienegua Valley top graft. Got it pupping out a couple of times. Got it pupping there and there. And this one, I believe, is the same kind. It's a Cienegua Valley. It's a little pointy on the top. Even plenty of light, it still gets a little bit pointy on top. And it's hooked to a PC rootstock. And then this is Jordaniana. Flowers a lot, pups a lot. It's on the PC rootstock. And I also have this guy, which is just a Pachanoi, Cienegua Valley. It's the same as this one. They're no names, but they have every bit of integrity one would want. And here is another one of the double header cactus that I had grafted. And they do pretty neat things. I plan on grafting the rest of them soon. And this one comes up. This one almost failed and actually got a little bit of a fungus rot, but it still sealed up on a couple of areas underneath there. And most of my grafts take very well. I took this graft the same day I took this graft, but this one got some kind of an issue, fungal issue, and it's just now starting to come out of it. But yeah, I'm thankful because I wanted the genetics a whole bunch. It's a really blue Matacana that I really didn't want to lose. And this is my Peruvianus on a PC stock. And it gets this corking stuff that I don't really like, and I don't think anybody really likes it. But once it goes way about halfway up, the cactus is actually a really, really pretty cactus on top. And I believe this to be a flower starting. Let's see if I could get focused on this thing where you can see the tuft. There we go. So I think that's a flower starting. I haven't had a flower in the greenhouse yet from one of these tall columnars, so I'm hoping it does. So this is my other gems, another gems bridge. I bought it about 4 years ago. And this is another gems bridge. And some Lophophora grafts. We have some Bridgesii grafts over here. And they flower all the time. They make a lot of berries. They do good. And I have Cactus Whistlesinii. I was traveling through southern New Mexico when I came across 2 giant barrels of this stuff, and it happened to have some berries. It was towards October, and so I got one of the berries. I brought all the seeds home. I still actually have some of the seeds, but I planted some 4 years ago, and I had, planted most of my seeds 4 years ago. And so I got all of these Whistlesinii, 4-year-old Whistlesinii. Got these purple spines, starting to get hooks. It was just a really, really cool trip out to southern New Mexico. Went out to some hot springs down there. When I saw this cactus, I was like, oh, I gotta try to grow some of that. So I took one of the berries. We split it and dried it out, and this is the seedlings from it. I need to get some of these repotted. They're not doing too good. My clay pots that are leaching shit out of them. So anyhow, this one has mustard growing with it. Very, 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 very awesome looking plants. I really like the way these ones look a whole bunch. This is where I grafted one, and it got plagued by spider mites the very first year that I grafted it, so it's just coming out of it now. I would have never known how fast this will produce on a graft, because this one got absolutely attacked, and it just hasn't been doing very good. Once it healed up from being attacked from spider mites, then the squirrels came in and ate a piece off. So this graft has just had hell, but it's, not very big. These ones, they're the same size already, and they're not even grafted. So I'm getting growth that compares to a grafted cactus with the soil mix that I use. So anyhow, that's the whole collection. I have this grandiflorus over here. Everybody needs one of those. Just a big, giant, fat, mini ribs. Everybody's seen those at Walmart, but I like them a lot. And these over here, just Bridgesii that fell down and got roots, so I'm gonna replant them in the future. They're pretty interesting little strains. They got some very, very fascinating traits. There's a Parodia. Parodia usually flowers a whole bunch, but it hasn't been flowering this year because it flowered all through the winter time. So, yeah, it must be done flowering. Anyhow, that's the whole cactus garden inside the greenhouse and outside as well. So, enjoy. Take care. If anybody wants to do some trading, hit me up. You could email me or whatever. I love trading. And yeah, I love sharing. So if anybody's just absolutely interested and has to have one of these cactus, I'd be happy to share. So anyway, take care. Have a good day. Thanks for coming with on the walkthrough. And come back and see us.